Most creators believe a dangerous lie, that if you make something good enough, the world will eventually find it. They believe that quality is the primary driver of virality. But if you look at the data, you'll find thousands of high-quality, beautifully produced videos with only a few hundred views, while low-quality, grainy clips from a phone get shared millions of times. Virality isn't about how much you spent on your camera, it's about the mechanics of social transmission. According to Jonah Berger, a professor at Wharton, there is a science to why things catch on. It isn't lightning in a bottle, it's a series of specific triggers that turn a viewer into a messenger. In the world of prosper mechanics, we don't hope for luck, we design for it. The first reason your content isn't being shared is that it doesn't offer social currency. Every time we share a video or a post, we are essentially buying an impression in the minds of our friends. We share things that make us look smart, funny, in the know, or cool. Think of it like a mental bank account. If I share a boring video, my social balance goes down. If I share a secret insight that helps my friends, my balance goes up. If your content is just good information but doesn't make the person sharing it look better, they will keep it to themselves. To fix this, you have to find the inner remarkability of your topic. You have to give your audience insider knowledge, a secret perspective or a life hack that they can pass on to show others how informed they are. People don't share your content to help you, they share it to help their own status. You must give them the tools to look like the smartest person in the room. A piece of content can be brilliant, but if people aren't triggered to think about it in their daily lives, they will never bring it up. This is the trigger mechanic. Most creators build content that exists in a vacuum, but the most viral ideas are linked to common environmental cues. Think of the Kit Kat and coffee campaign. By linking their product to a coffee break, something millions of people do every single day, they created a permanent trigger. Every time someone smells coffee, they think of a Kit Kat. If your video is about wealth systems, you shouldn't just talk about abstract numbers. You should link your advice to a common trigger, like seeing a credit card, opening a banking app, or receiving a paycheck. The goal is to make the physical world remind the viewer of your digital message. If it's top of mind, it's tip of tongue. When we care, we share. But from a mechanical perspective, not all emotions are created equal. Many creators try to be pleasant or informative, but those are low arousal emotions. They don't drive action. They cause people to sit still. Berger's research shows that virality is driven by high arousal emotions, things like awe, excitement, anger, or anxiety. These emotions get the heart racing and the blood pumping. They trigger the fight or flight response, which translates in the digital world to the click and share response. Sadness, surprisingly, actually decreases sharing because it makes people power down and retreat. If you want your content to go viral, you have to kindle a fire. You have to move the viewer from "that's interesting" to "I have to tell someone about this right now." You are looking for that aha moment or that "I can't believe this" feeling. One of the biggest mechanical failures in content is making it too private. People tend to imitate what they see others doing. This is social proof. But they can't imitate what they can't see. This is why Apple made the glowing logo on the back of their laptops. It wasn't for the user. It was for everyone else in the coffee shop. It was built to show. Your content needs behavioral residue, something that lingers after the video is over. This could be a specific catchphrase, a unique visual style, or a new way of categorizing the world, like prosper mechanics. If your content doesn't have a public-facing signature, it stays hidden in the shadows of the algorithm. You want people to see your ideas in the wild. When a thought becomes public, it becomes a movement. People are inherently social and helpful. We like to help our friends save money, solve problems, or get healthier. This is the mechanic of practical value. Content that is packaged as a useful tool gets shared because the sender wants to be seen as a helpful resource. However, in a world of information overload, your practical value must be incredibly easy to digest. It needs to be packaged into a format that is easy to pass on, like a one-page blueprint, a rule of thumb, or a 3-step system. If your value is buried in 20 minutes of fluff, no one will take the time to dig it out and share it. You have to lower the friction of the information. The more useful and compact the advice, the faster it travels. People don't think in terms of raw data, they think in terms of narratives. Information is boring, but a story is engrossing. The most viral content uses the Trojan horse method. You hide your message, your product, your advice, or your wealth system inside a story that people actually want to tell. The story is the vessel, and the information comes along for the ride. If the story is good enough, people will pass it on, and they will be forced to pass on your message as well. But there is a mechanical catch. Your message must be integral to the story. If people can tell the story without mentioning your core point, the message gets lost at the gate. The mechanics of the story must depend on the mechanics of your message. Viral success is not a mystery. It is a design choice. If your content is sitting at 0 shares, it's because one of the gears in your transmission system is jammed. Maybe it's useful, but not emotional. Maybe it's emotional, but not triggered by anything in the real world. You are the mechanic of your message. You don't need $1 million budget or a Hollywood studio to go viral. You need to understand the fundamental reasons why humans talk. Stop focusing on the quality of your lighting and start focusing on the currency of your ideas. When you align your content with the way the human brain is wired to share, you stop fighting the algorithm and start leveraging the most powerful force in history: word of mouth. If you're ready to stop guessing and start building content with a structural advantage, you're in the right place. Virality isn't luck, it's engineering. Take a look at your last project. Does it make the sharer look good? Does it link to a daily trigger? Does it hide a lesson inside a story? If not, it's time to go back to the blueprint. To dive deeper into the mechanics of influence and wealth, subscribe and join our community of builders. We don't just create, we design for impact. Build in silence. Be proven over time.